Hey friends, welcome back to Big Nate's Whiskey Lounge. I am Big Nate, coming at you with another review of a bottle that I just received, and it was a bottle I never thought I'd get. I'm very thankful and very happy to have it. And so, gonna do review. I like to do reviews when I get picks from different channels: Bourbon Junkies, ADHD Whiskey, podcast, Mash and Journey, Shelf. I'm naming them all, but I like to review the videos when they do picks. And part of that is not because I want these are exclusive, they're lower yield, so you're not going to see them in store. And once they're gone, they're gone. And I'm not doing that to showcase it. What I'm trying to do is not showcase myself, but I'm trying to showcase them. These are friends of mine. I've met most of the whiskey channels that you could want to meet. There's a couple that I'm still waiting to meet, but I've met a lot of them, and so they're friends, and so I want to promote them because I enjoy their content, I enjoy their palates, and they're just great people. So today we are going to do the Bourbon Junkies Stagg Junior pick. This came out in July or the end of June. This was a very, very low yield, so it did not make it to the second hour of release. So usually they have two or three top tiers, 11. There's three tiers that are lumped together. They release at 12 o'clock. The 15, which is the tier I'm in, releases at 1 o'clock. The yield was low, and it was a highly, highly, highly desired pick, and so it didn't make it to the second tier. But for those of you that got bent out of shape about it, knock it the F off. All right? You have the privilege of potentially getting these picks. You are never guaranteed, and you are not owed them. So the fact that you have the privilege to do this, Dan and Sean try to do so much for the community. Just you need to take a step back and appreciate how much effort they put into these things. Having just come back from Pours in the Park last weekend, there was a ton of effort put in, and a ton of heart, blood, sweat, and tears poured into that thing. They really, really go all out for their fans and their people. And so the amount of flack that they got when this pick didn't get a lot of get a high yield was unfair. And partly you have to understand that this was really not the Bourbon Junkies barrel. This barrel was Brandon and Chris Sprague's, I was able to meet at Whiskey Weekend. Also, been looking forward to meeting them for a while. I've interacted with them online for probably about a year or so. And so that's the father. Chris is the dad. Brandon's the son. Great people. They actually won the pick through a lottery that Buffalo Trace did earlier. It was either at the end of the year or beginning of the year. And they live relatively close to the Junkies and interact with them a lot. And so they allowed the Junkies to take it as a pick for them. And so I won this bottle by getting second place, actually. So I was in a chip and stick competition, which is a golf style competition at Pours in the Park. I made it to the finals, and I got beat in the finals pretty badly. I scored 1 point. You get 5 shots to chip it onto a sticky mat, and there's 1, 2, and 3 point slots, and I only scored 1 on 5 shots, which is a little disappointing. And then the guy playing against me came up, hit 1 shot right in. He hit the flag stick. It's printed, but he hit the flag stick. Instant win, 3 points, and so he won. And how they did the prizes, they were giving prizes to first to second place. And how they did it was they brought 3 mystery picks of theirs, and they grouped 2 of them together, and then they had one by itself. They didn't tell us what they were. They gave the winner the option of choosing 2 picks or 1 pick, and he chose the 2 picks. There's no loser. There's no loser at all. The 2 picks together were the Sagamore Swordfish Oil 2.0, as well as, which I did not get, so that would have been cool to get. But the second one was the Finisher, which is their Starlight pick finished in cognac. So those were the 2 barrels, and that's what he chose. And then, again, they were a mystery to us, so they pulled them out, handed them to him. And then Dan he handed me the box. He handed me the box with it tilted down so that I couldn't see it, and he goes, "Take this and run." So I looked in, and then I didn't even pull it out. I just kind of held the box and tried to walk away. And everyone's like, "What'd you get?" And I pulled it out. And then, so this is Buck Hunt. This is Stagg. Now, it doesn't say Junior on it. So This comes in at 135.5 proof, and it is 67.8% ABV. So it is pretty proofy. Got the buck hunt on there. There's some of the logos on here are some inside jokes and things like that to some people. But got the tater sticker on there, as well as the Bourbon Junkies pick sticker on there. So I'm very thankful to have it. Now, luckily, for those that didn't get it, they brought a bottle to the bottle share Saturday night. I made sure that the guy that beat me that didn't get this, I made sure that he knew so he could go get a pick. I did not drink from that barrel because I'm like, if I have a bottle, I'm not going to drink. I was at the pick, I was trying to only drink things that I did not have or have not tasted. And when it came to this, while I hadn't tasted it yet, I now have a bottle. I didn't want to take from somebody who didn't get a pick. So that was a good experience for them. So this is going to be my first, well, not my first Stagg. I have a Stagg Junior. I believe that's batch 15. But this might now be my highest proof whiskey. Let's see what my JDSBBP comes in at. Oh. $130.5. Well, that's so. Yeah, this might be the highest. So I don't have any hazmat, but 130.5 might be my highest proof now. Is that supposed to be a 6 though? Because it's 8. Okay. Now I'm using a Wee Glen. This I got from Bourbon Real Talk. You can get it on their site. So it might be affecting the nose, but I believe it's the same concept, so we should be good to go. Very fruity. It's a fruity nose. Fruity, fruity, fruity. Cherry. Well, grapey kind of, because Buffalo Trace, but I'm getting a little cherry. But something's been done with it. It's not just a straight up cherry. It's like a maraschino cherry or something like that. But not heavily syruped. Sweet, corny. Now this is mash bill 1, so it's going to be the 10% or less. So they don't really disclose their mash bills. Mash bill 1 is supposed to be 10% or less rye, and their high rye, and their mash bill 2 is 10% or more, is more than 10%, which they consider their high rye, which that's debatable, but for them it is their high rye mash bill. Kind of, almost there was like an apple juiciness to it. It was interesting. I don't want to say apple though. It wasn't apple, but it was like the nose on it smelled like a fruit juice. Let's go in for taste. Do you not want me to drink this, Thor? Thor is literally right behind the camera. Okay, proof hits on the end of the palate. As I took it in, I was expecting it to hit me. It didn't hit me on the front, didn't hit me on the middle, hit me on the back. Ooh, that's really good. That is really good. Yeah, like the cherry grapey, the that type of fruitiness comes through. Whereas the Pingree was floral, this is fruity. Kind of some of the classic bourbon flavors. It's decently oaky. We don't know the exact age on it. Obviously, we know it's more than 4, but I think Stagg is about 6 to 8, maybe 6 to 10. And so I can say that without a doubt that this pick is way better than George T. Stagg 21. If you know, you know. Excuse me. That was weird because as I'm drinking it, the proof's not hitting me as hard. But the flavor really is. Now it's, again, the same thing happened on my second sip. The front to mid palate is not a ton of heat. It's on the end that it kicks in. So when I start talking mid-palate, all of a sudden the back palate kicks in and it knocks me a little bit because I'm not expecting it. So, For those of you that got this pick, lucky you. For those who didn't, there will be plenty of other picks. There will be other picks. And just be cool. As Dan and Sean's motto kind of for Pours in the Park was, be cool. Kind of like when people say like, first rule is don't be stupid. Second rule is read rule 1. Or when you're talking, firearms, rule 1 is always treat a gun as if it's loaded. And then you don't really need any other. They list a couple. Then if all else fails, always listen to rule 1. Keep that in mind with these. There will be more picks. Being a part of this community, specifically with Bourbon Junkies, is a privilege, is a pleasure. Take it for what it is, and be cool. Waiting on the kick. There it is. All right. But I don't think this drink's as hot as my other Stagg pick. It's kind of lingering now. Let's just compare a little bit. This is batch 15. Need to put that cork. Alright, so that's batch 15. Oh, the nose is different. It's not as much. Now, batch 15 is 131.1 proof. So there's, sorry, I suck at math. 4.5. So whoever wrote this meant to put 6 instead of 5 because 67.8, which means 135.6 proof, but it says 0.5. That's all right. Not a huge deal. Oh, and for the record, I got bottle number 109. Still getting that. This is more floral, the batch 15. Excuse me. It's good. No, it's good. I mean, it's freaking Stagg Jr., man. But honestly, Buck Hunt's better. All right. So there you have it. Gonna cut this short. Thank you to Dan and Sean for the bottle. Appreciate everything that happened at Pours in the Park. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.